Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the post-race press conference here at the end of the 12th round of the 2024 MotoGP World Championship. A dramatic GoPro Grand Prix of Aragon. Your top three. His first win for Gresini Racing, his first win for Ducati, and his first win for 1,043 days. Huge congratulations to Marc Marquez, who completes the treble here. Pole position, Tissot sprint win, and Grand Prix success. Congratulations, Marc. Second place and increasing his lead in the World Championship to 23 points. Prima Pramac Racing's Jorge Martin. And a fantastic weekend for Red Bull Gas Gas Tech 3 rider Pedro Acosta. Pedro's first double podium of his already impressive rookie season in 2024. Gentlemen, congratulations to all three of you. Marc, we sat in this room on Thursday and you told us you needed the perfect weekend to fight the GP24s. Fastest in all three practice sessions, pole position, sprint win, Grand Prix win. That was the perfect weekend by the looks of it.
Yeah, of course, it was a perfect weekend. We lead all the sessions, just the warm-up. That, honestly speaking, I just we decided with the team to stay in the box. But yeah, on the race, one more time, we had amazing feeling from the beginning. And yeah, it was a super long race. It was difficult to control the emotions in the last laps. But yeah, when I crossed that finish line, I feel like I lost 3-4 kilos. Because you know, that back step by step was heavier and heavier, and yeah, achieving that victory was incredible. And then immediately I started to think about all the process we had, about all the people around me, about all my family, my girlfriend, my brother, and yeah, they helped me a lot, and especially Gresini team gave me the opportunity. I approached as a rookie rider and to try to give everything, and yeah, we did it. We take another target, and now it's time to keep going.
You made it look very easy. We know it wasn't, because every time you guys have gone out on circuit this weekend, the track has changed, the grip levels have been different. So when you're out front with such a big lead, like you say, Marc, it's all about focus and concentration. I mean, how tough was that out there?
Yeah, it was super difficult to understand. Every time we go out, the track conditions were different, but this is one of my strong points of my riding style, and yeah, these conditions helps me to have that margin during the race, and yeah, I was managing or controlling the situation in a good way, and yeah, in fact, on the middle of the race, more or less, I saw that one lap Martin start to reduce advantage, and then I did the fastest lap there on the middle to just keep going, and yeah, now the next target is try to find the consistency. That is one of the most difficult things to fight for a championship.
Marc, huge congratulations once again, your first MotoGP victory in 3 years. Well done to you and Gresini Racing. Second place then, Prima Pramac Racing's Jorge Martin. Jorge, it always looked like from the first practice on Friday that Marc was going to be on a different level, so to leave here with a second place in the sprint, second place in the Grand Prix, and taking a big points lead to Mazzara next weekend, that has to represent a very strong weekend for you here in Aragon.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I want to congratulate Marc, because for sure after a long period it's always difficult, and he deserved the victory. He was super fast this weekend and was unbeatable. From my side, yeah, I try to close the gap every practice. I try to be closest to him, try to learn from him, because first practice I had maybe 1 second and slowly I was closing, but never enough. So yeah, in the race there was some point when I tried even to push, to force maybe a mistake, but I was forcing too much, so at the end I had 10 seconds behind, just trying to finish the race was also difficult. I struggled to keep the concentration at some point, because being there in the middle of nowhere was difficult, but finally making it to the end was super good, also in second position. That is really important.
Of course, with the conditions, it was going to be very much a time management race. I mean, how was it for you? A good battle with Pedro early on. I mean, I'm sure you're aware that Alex and Pecco had the crash behind you as well. So how did you manage the race overall?
Yeah, so it was a bit of eventful race, because I started quite bad. I started spinning like Qatar last season. So then I was scared, because I say, okay, maybe my rear tire is not working anymore. Then I could pass Alex quite fast, and then when I overtook Pedro, was a bit maybe not the best place, but I saw he went wide in corner 7, so I said, okay, maybe I try. But then I locked the front, and luckily we both didn't crash. I went on the orange, as you can see. But then my bike was quite fast on the straight, and I could overtake him fast. And then, yeah, trying to manage the tire, trying to be focused on the feeling, but it was a really difficult race.
Oh, wait, congratulations once again. Another double second place for you. Completing then today's podium, Red Bull Gas Tech 3 rider Pedro Acosta. Pedro, as you mentioned, the conditions this weekend were always going to make it very, very difficult, particularly for a rookie who's never ridden a MotoGP bike here in Aragon before. So to leave with a double podium, your first double podium of the season, a great weekend for you and the team.
Yeah, for sure. Coming from where we was in Austria, that for sure was the toughest race in whole season. Was quite nice, you know, to be back, being competitive, and a minimum fight for something. You know, it's true that today we was missing a bit the first part of the race that we was having yesterday to can have a bit more of gap, but it's true that today. Compared that our competitor was quite difficult to manage the rear tire, but anyway we were just trying to be alive and to be the closest to Pecco and these guys. For this we need to be happy, because coming from where we was the last couple of weeks is a good step back.
Yeah, amazing turnaround by you and the team after that toughest weekend of the season in Austria to probably one of your best weekends here this weekend in Aragon, Pedro. I mean, do you feel now, I think you said all weekend, we've taken a couple of steps backwards to move a couple of steps forward. Do you feel now that you're going to be capable of being consistently in that fight at the front once again?
Yeah, for sure. At the end, we need to understand that our project is quite young, you know, and sometimes we are trying many things, and I was maybe thinking too much, and was a combination of many things that sometimes it's better, like you said, to make a step back, to make to the front. For this, I think is, like I say, we was also coming back to a bike that I was knowing, and it's true that maybe was not the fastest bike, but minimum was consistency for this. We need to try in this way, because we see that it's a good way to become competitive again.
Pedro, great job all weekend by you and the team. Gentlemen, congratulations again to all three of you. We'll invite now, please, questions from the media. Thank you.
Yeah, hi guys, Adam Wheeler for Autosport. Mark, congratulations. 2 questions. Firstly, do you think this could be the start of increased competitiveness for you? Do you think this could be the breakthrough? And secondly, could I get your objective opinion on what happened between Alex and Pecco?
Yeah, of course. This weekend has been super good. The feeling was amazing, but we need to be realistic, and the conditions were super special. And yeah, I feel more, for me, was more important the Red Bull Ring GP, that I felt super good, and I was in a very close level to top guys. And yeah, here is something that is the value of the victory is super high. And now we will try to find the consistency. We need to understand during races, but I know that will arrive some weekend that we will struggle more than the others. But yeah, this will be the second key. About the race incident between Alex and Pecco, I saw it, and yeah, I think Alex went wide, was in the track, but when you arrive on that right corner, he didn't expect to have Pecco there. And yeah, and Pecco was optimistic to overtake him from outside, trying to use that clean line, because if you go out on the dirty line, then it becomes everything more risky. And I think it was a very unlucky situation, and I hope that both of them are okay.
Hi guys, Thomas Beaujard from GP Mag. Another question for you, Mark. Would you say that now you start riding the Ducati instinctively?
You know, since a few GPs ago, I start to ride a little bit more natural. For some reason, I start to understand better that rear tire, and yeah, but I'm looking forward to arrive in another circuit to try to understand if we keep improving. Looks like we start to, because we were looking a lot the 24 bikes, but are different, and we need to ride with our setup, with our performance, and yeah, believe in ourselves and our technician, our team is doing a very good job. And step by step, I start to ride smoother and by instinct. So this makes the difference.
Hello, guys. This is Frank William from Ziggo Sport. Two questions for you, Mark. First of all, congratulations, of course. We know that you've been through a lot, and you said the last lap was quite difficult for you emotionally as well to keep your focus. Could you just name a few things that went through your mind?
You know, last 3 laps, my mind was in the podium already. More than the podium, the garage. That garage, Gresini garage is quite funny and happy, and yeah, always is a party around there. So yeah, but a part of that, the first thing was the people around me. I mean, when you are in a very difficult situation, when you are in a very deep situation, if you don't have a really human team, a really nice persons, that they are suffering more than me, that make the difference. So yeah, was like a very strange celebration because you know, the adrenaline was higher in some other races, celebrating second place, third place, than today. That was like adrenaline, but emotion more than adrenaline.
Mm-hmm. My second question, yesterday you said, I don't like to put pressure on myself. Now, you've been under pressure so many times in your career. Would you say that today you were the big favorite for today's race? Would you say that you felt more pressure than maybe ever?
Yeah, today I put pressure in myself, and as you see yesterday after the sprint race, I was not enjoying, because I knew that today was an important day and I knew that I had an important opportunity. So for that reason, I try to be focused and yeah, when you have the speed, then looks like you can manage the situations. You are consistent, you are smart, and you are a different person, but you are the same. Just if you don't have the speed, it's super difficult to manage the situation. So let's see if we can have a better speed next races and try to fight or try to be close to these top guys.
Hello, it's Mirko Colombi. Jorg, last year you scored a double in Misano, so it's tomorrow. How can you predict that weekend, and if you put Marquez a rival for the title?
Well, yeah, about Misano, I mean, last season it was incredible for me. I won both times, and I felt super good. I felt much faster than the rest, but for sure, all the Italian riders train a lot there and will be fast. We will see there, and now it's no sense to speak about Misano. We will try to be ready. And yeah, but Mark for sure is far away, but I mean, if he starts winning all the race weekends, he can be a title contender. But yeah, 2 races ago, Enea was again on the title fight, then was not. Now Mark, I think he found a really good, after Austrian here, he's strong, and for sure is one of the best riders on the grid and can battle for the championship.
Mark, two other questions for you. Where do you put this victory in your personal ranking? And do you remember the last weekend where everything went so smooth as this weekend?
I put in a very equal level as 2021 in Germany. I mean, when you have a lot of injuries, a very deep moment, the value of the victory is different. It's true that I won 60 times, but that 2 victories together with the first one in MotoGP are the most important ones because the confidence is give to you in a different way and give to you that extra confidence. So was long time that I didn't feel good, and you know the laps this weekend were short, and I was just riding. I was not easy. I was just flowing, but just I was extra concentrated to don't make any mistakes. So yeah, we will try to repeat in the future. But as Jorge say, we can be fast one weekend. Nea was fast in Silverstone, but one of the things that I want to work is the consistency, and it's the most difficult thing to get it.
Hi, Dimitris Diatsidis from Cosmote TV Greece. A question for Pedro and then for Mark. Pedro, is there any internal fight in KTM between you and Binder. Are you seeing him as your main rival in the grid? And if you compare your data with Jack, who is the only one using the new exhaust system in the back, is he gaining somewhere, or what is the problem and you are not using it?
Well, about Brad, we are not in the situation to fight between us. You know, at the end, we need a lot of time and first of all be winning races to can start to think in battle with each other. At the end, we need to understand that our project is quite young, you know, and we need time to improve our bike. It's true that we are becoming closer and closer to the competitors, but still way to go. About the exhaust, it's a thing of if you like or if you don't like.
And question for Mark. Mark, yesterday Pecco said that it's amazing that you can turn the bike with a lot more degrees than him in 5-4 corners here. And he tried to do this and he was losing always the front. What is your secret? How can you do it?
I will say my secret if he say his secret for the fast right corners. So when he will tell to me when he tell to me his secret on the right corners, I will say the secret on the left. But each rider have strong points, and yeah, unfortunately for me, most of the circuits are on the right. So yeah, on that left corners, I feel super good.
Simon Patterson from the race. Mark, has there been many days in the last 1,042 where you thought that you would not be back on the top step of the podium? And if there were, at what point did you realize that it was going to come this year, that you would make it back?
In Valencia test, I realized that it will arrive. Yeah. No, there I realized that that we will have our opportunities. One thing is fight for the championship. That for that point still we need to keep working. But in Valencia I start to understand that sooner or later will arrive, and for that reason I was calm and I was not overriding too much.
David Emmett, Paddock Pass Podcast. A question for you, Jorge. I mean, Mark was pretty much untouchable this weekend, but you were clearly a step above everyone else. So how do you estimate your race in terms of the whole of the season? And the second question, we've heard Mark's opinion on what happened between Alex and Pecco. How did you see the incident?
Yeah, so about my weekend, I feel it was really good weekend. I feel that after the crash to being able to go back on track, that normally I always crashed. When this happened to me, I go with a lot of energy on the second stint, and I always crashed in the past. So I was calm, so I feel I am a mature rider. And then normally when there is no grip, I struggle a lot, but I feel I improve in all conditions. This morning on the warm-up with really strange conditions, I was first. Straight away in the FP1, sorry, I was second behind Mark. So taking out Mark, I feel I was much stronger than the rest. So this is really good. At the moment, my battle is more with Pecco, so it's important to be faster than him. And about the crash is difficult. I mean, you used to ask Pecco and Alex. For sure, it's difficult to see because also was really a lot of dust on that side, so I think Alex couldn't lean more, like happened to Joe Roberts maybe in Moto2, and finally it was a contact. It was, hopefully they are okay, because it seemed after the crash they were really close to the bikes, so yeah, I hope they're okay for next race.
Tony Lopez, La Vanguardia here. Question to Mark. Mark, it remains 8 weekends, almost 300 points. Do you think it's possible to fight for the title? You can fight, or if you find this consistency that you said, or do you think that you need something else?
No, we are far. I mean, we start losing points and more and more and more, and we are too far. I mean, and it's not only one rider, are two riders that they have more consistency than us, and one weekend will not change our life. Of course, will help our life, but will not change, and we are too far for fight for the championship this year. But let's see if we can fight for being on that top 3 position. This is a realistic goal. But yeah, still a lot of points, a lot of things to happen, because we know that around there in Asia always is storms, raining, and you never know. But we keep enjoying, and this is the most important for me, and we will try to keep going and fighting with the top guys.
Pedro, I have one question for you. On Thursday, we talked about your season, and you said on a scale from 1 to 100, you were probably 65. Now, if you look at this weekend, how many % do you think you gained?
Well, it's working. Difficult to say, you know, was a special condition, was not any moment that was quite stable, you know, the track. For this is quite difficult to say. It's true that we make a big step compared in the nightmare that we was in Austria. For this, we need to see how we arrive to Misano, and also how we make Misano 2, that are going to be the first track that I will repeat in a MotoGP bike. For this, still way to understand where we are.
Okay, Mark, once again, congratulations on your double win. Jorge and Pedro, congratulations on your double podiums. Thank you, gentlemen.